Two normally reticent tech leaders are now engaged in a war of words over data privacy. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg was responding to critical comments from Apple's CEO Tim Cook. Laurie Siegel is here with me. Cook basically said, when asked, what would you have done in the Facebook breach, he said it would never have happened to me. It would never have happened to us at Apple.
Right. Strong statement coming from the CEO of Apple. And as we spoke about earlier, I mean, people look at Tim Cook, they trust Tim Cook. And he essentially said, he went on to say, Apple reviews these apps very seriously. We take privacy very seriously. Privacy has always been the selling point for Apple. You had Steve Jobs talking about this years ago. But then you have Mark Zuckerberg firing back, which is fascinating because Mark Zuckerberg hasn't been doing much press, doesn't do many interviews. And now, he's saying that this is ridiculous. He called it extremely glib. So what you're seeing, Richard, is there's almost this battle happening of blame. And you're looking at these tech companies, and a lot of people want to disassociate themselves right now with Facebook. Then again, Apple's in the hardware business. Apple doesn't have the same business model that Facebook has, but the claws are coming out.
All right. There's this other story that's extraordinary tonight. The dating app Grindr apparently has been passing on personal data to one of its analytical companies, which includes subscribers' HIV status.
Right. It's a very big deal. And I think this is going into this larger conversation about data and privacy and when we sign these invisible contracts. I think when members of this dating app Grindr put their HIV status, put this sensitive information in there, under no circumstances did they believe they were signing up to have this as part of a transfer to a third-party app.
But it wasn't being, the best that Grindr can say is, we would never sell your data. Well, no, they weren't selling the data. No. They were just giving it to one of the people that analyzes it.
It's third-party apps that optimization companies. So this is very standard, which in and of itself is an issue. If this is very standard and you didn't have these founders getting in front of it and saying, we can't control sensitive information on our servers. I mean, that has massive implications because that's putting a lot of trust around sensitive information. We look at the breaches that have happened over the last years that we talk about all the time on your shows. The stakes are only getting higher. And, Grindr's just the beginning of it, because think about all these apps that are asking us to share most of our intimate details. You have women's health apps. You have, Apple healthcare looking at trying to collect all this information.
So why don't they just say, these apps, we're not going to share. No data will be shared. You're paying money. It's a subscription that you're already buying from us. We'll optimize, but we're not going to share. Period. Full stop. End of subject.
I think that's a good question for them, but I don't think that's not how this whole current era of tech has been built on. It's about sharing a lot of this data, about the optimization. I mean, you look at Facebook and their whole business models under trial because they've spent so long being able to share data and have app developers build upon this. So I think we're looking at this era of privacy, and we're looking at this era where technology is being weaponized and where we've put a lot of trust in our developers. And, I go back to the human part of this. For members of this app who have shared the sensitive information to unknowingly not know if their HIV status could be put into this place they didn't really sign up for. I just don't, I think that is a small part of a much larger issue.
Thank you.
Thank you.